Here we go! Oh my God! Ow!
We're going to the paddle bars.
For years, viewers were captivated by Shelby Stanga's wild adventures on the History Channel. He was a fan favorite on the hit show Axemen, but his time in the spotlight was cut short by a tragic event. The truth about his past is coming. To light a secret he fought hard to keep hidden. This revelation raises questions about what he was hiding and how it might impact the other cast members. Join us as we unravel the story of Shelby Stanga. Like the other loggers on Axemen, Shelby's life was defined by his love for the outdoors. Born on January 17, 1960, in New Orleans, Louisiana, he developed an unbreakable bond with the beautiful bayous of his home state. Raised by his mother after his father's death, Shelby's connection to the wild was a part of his DNA. He began his career at the age of 16, finding excitement in the challenging work of logging. He was thrilled by the adventure and the opportunity to make money hauling wood and logs from the swamp for anyone willing to pay. For Shelby, the swamp and forest weren't just a job site, they were home. His love for the outdoors was clear, but his enthusiasm for work would sour if the pay wasn't right. In 2000, his career took an unexpected turn when he made his television debut on Man vs. Wild. Shelby's magnetic personality and rugged charm caught the attention of producers, leading to a contract that would showcase his unique skills. This was the start of his long journey with the History Channel. In 2008, he officially joined the cast of Axemen, quickly becoming one of the most watched crew members on the series. His success led to 3 spin-offs, including The Legend of Shelby the Swamp Man. He spent his free time immersed in nature, honing his survival skills and drawing inspiration from the wild. He knew he was destined for a television career, but it happened much faster than he ever imagined. When the offer came, he seized the opportunity. After 10 seasons and 163 episodes, Shelby shocked fans by announcing his departure. Many thought it was for health reasons, but he later revealed it was a dispute over his salary. After a long hiatus from the limelight, he continued his logging work behind the scenes. Without Shelby, the show's ratings suffered, and producers realized they had to bring him back. In 2018, the spin-off, The Return of Shelby the Swamp Man, premiered, much to the delight of his fans. They were thrilled to see him back, tackling insane wilderness challenges with his trademark wit and charm. But after his return, rumors of his death began to circulate. Many couldn't believe Shelby had fallen victim to a venomous snake or snapping turtle. Some claimed he died from an injury sustained during filming. These wild speculations caused a media frenzy, with headlines popping up on major blogs. Fans worried, having seen several other Axemen crew members pass away. Shelby, watching it all unfold, had to set the record straight. He revealed he had been in an accident, but was very much alive and well. Fans were relieved, but they were also angry at the production team for letting the rumors spread. While Shelby was a fan favorite, the show also featured several other logging companies from around the country. Although the daily struggles of each crew member were documented, Shelby always stood out. One of the most heartwarming moments was when he lost a log, spent a long time searching for it, and then miraculously found it while diving for another. His charisma and relentless work ethic made him a fan favorite. On or off camera, Shelby was the same person. He didn't mind the stench of ancient logs buried deep in the Betico swamp in Tangipahoa Parish. He would do whatever it took to get them out. The Tangipahoa River has a rich history of resources, and the creeks were extensively milled in the 80s and 90s, with countless logs sinking and settling at the bottom of the famous Lake Pontchartrain. These logs, abandoned for hundreds of years, some dating back 3,000 years, had absorbed minerals from the mud, turning them vibrant colors: red, blue, purple, green, yellow, and brown. Shelby saw their potential as a unique and attractive material. For furniture makers, making it his mission to find and sell them. "I'm looking for a special type of log," he'd say. "We've also got a buyer who's looking for anything that's been in the water for over 50 years. How much do you think that'd be?" To dive for these logs, Shelby uses 108 pounds of lead weights. "I put on steel-toed shoes and a hard hat, and then I ran along the river bottom," he once explained. "I tried to feel the mud with my feet, because 99% of the logs are underneath the mud. This is just the first step." After locating a log, he digs 6 to 8 feet down into the soft mud, a dangerous task where poor visibility or a stray branch could rip his respirator out of his mouth. Once freed, he hooks the log to a crane on his barge and drags it to shore. This was Shelby's life before reality television. Fans loved his storytelling, with his signature camouflage boots and his shout of, "Here we go." He was pure showmanship. His tales of finding sunken ships and treasure, living in enormous cypress trees, and hunting snapping turtles for celebrities intrigued his audience. While critics questioned the realism of his stories, photos of him perched on high trees and holding snapping turtles seemed to quiet the doubters. He also had a collection of artifacts, including a Civil War-era coin, as proof of his unique life. "Teeth, man," he once said. "Boy, that is ... I hope I don't catch nothing on my bionas. From getting by the water by this son of a ... I like pulling these teeth out, man. I might become a dentist one day." In 2008, several logging crews came together for a reality show to showcase their dangerous work. The loggers camped in remote forests, doing whatever it took to get the job done. It was a means of livelihood and a wild adventure. The name Axemen was chosen to portray the dangerous encounters the loggers faced daily. The series was considered part of the Real Men in Real Danger television program trend. It first aired on the History Channel in the UK before a strange change. Kurt producers added a later version of the title on Channel 5, confusing fans. The show was eventually moved back to the History Channel. Each season brought new stories, with numerous logging companies competing to keep their businesses running. Fans had their favorite crews and enjoyed watching the competition unfold. The show exposed the daily realities of logging, which wasn't always glamorous. So the loggers faced challenges from the weather, terrain, and mechanical issues as they tried to beat deadlines. The series focused on the crew's activities, showcasing their equipment, techniques, and teamwork in felling trees and transporting timber. The crews featured on Axemen included Shelby's Swampman logging and riggered logging. Some specialized in recovering abandoned logs from waterways, while others practiced heli-logging, using helicopters to airlift fallen trees. These dangerous but intriguing techniques reminded the audience of the loggers' dedication. They were not allowed to pull down trees, but were tasked with protecting natural resources and following the law. One advocate for conservation was Jimmy Smith. It was essential to preserve yesterday's forests to save tomorrow's forests. He once said, not letting his job stop his commitment to preserving trees. Both he and Shelby entertained fans with their rivalry, which added a unique element to the show. The competitive dynamics between top companies kept fans hooked. The series also highlighted the loggers' struggles with market fluctuations. Despite its success, the show faced cancellation rumors due to several scandals, arrests, and illegal activities by some of the loggers. Critics and fans expressed concerns over the logging practices aired on the show. While the crew members claimed they followed the rules, experts in the logging industry were displeased with how the show misrepresented the profession. They argued that loggers are trained to work safely, but Axemen portrayed a different, more reckless reality. Experts pushed for the show's cancellation, arguing it gave the industry a bad reputation. Environmentalists also opposed the show, accusing the loggers of celebrating the destruction of natural habitats. They criticized the show for being scripted and predictable. These challenges brought the series to a sad end. Critics also questioned the tragic deaths of several loggers and crew members, blaming the reckless activities behind the scenes. These all rumors were their fatal accidents. Keep watching to find out about some of the cast members who lost their lives. The show was riddled with tragic accidents that claimed the lives of several loggers and crew members. The deaths of these cast members left fans, colleagues, and family members heartbroken. Williams Bart Canto's death was particularly tragic. Suspected by some to be murder, Born in 1959, he died on September 7, 2013. At age 54 in a helicopter crash in Lynn County while transporting logs. His death was a shock to fans who knew him as an experienced Navy pilot who consistently delivered his best. He was known for his exceptional heli logging skills and competitive nature. Witnesses said he dropped the log and detached from the helicopter before it crashed into the forest, suggesting he knew there was a problem. This led to speculations of murder, but authorities closed the case, finding nothing suspicious. Williams worked with R&R Logging, and an episode titled Axes and Allies was dedicated to his memory. Jimmy Frank Smith was the first cast member to pass on. Born on May 3, 1956, Jimmy died on November 1, 2012, at age 55 after a long battle with cancer. The owner of S&S Aqua Logging Company, his death was a highlight of the series and left many fans teary-eyed. The History Channel wrote a heartfelt condolence message to his family before his burial. Jimmy featured in Season 5, and the Season 6 opening episode was dedicated to him. His son, James Smith, also worked with him on the show, and they had a strong father-son relationship. James assisted with underwater logging, but his role on the show remained uncertain after his father's death. Jimmy was known for living life on his own terms, which earned him more enemies than friends. He was in constant conflict with his son, and they were seen at an anger management counselor's office to work on their relationship. There were also rumors of a romantic scandal with his assistant, but nothing was proven. Jimmy was also in direct competition with Rigged Logging for the title of top logger, and they all had something to prove, which kept fans wanting more. The next horrible incident on the show was the death of Gabe Rigged. He passed away in a motor accident just outside his hometown on September 16th, in his white Ford Bronco. Gabe crashed into another vehicle on the U.S. Port Angeles route. The passengers in the other car were treated and released, but Gabe, who was wearing a seatbelt, died on the spot. His fond memories live on in the minds of his family and fans. He was only 45 and a huge part of the Axemen show and Rigged Logging Company. As operations manager, he handled office work with his brother after taking over the business from their father, Craig Rigged. Although he appeared in only one season, he became a beloved member of the family. He was a quick thinker and always found a way out of tough challenges, never wanting to lay off staff. His father and brother were deeply affected by his death, as he was the heart of the company. His brother, Jason, took over operations in his honor, while good deeds were acknowledged. Controversies surrounding the Rigged family persisted. The brothers never agreed on company matters, and the constant conflicts raised eyebrows. The show left fans with questions about how much drama was real. Gabe's unfulfilled plans weighed on his family as they struggled to keep the company afloat. Van Huffman was another personality connected to the show. The Pac Alaska crew struggled to find his body after he disappeared during a logging task. He was later found dead on Sioux Island, raising fear in the logging community. The incident brought more criticism from environmentalists, who already saw the show as portraying the logging company in a bad light. Sadly, the show ended with the deaths of several cast members. Questions about the show being aired again persist, leaving the logging community in an unknown silence. Shelby Stanga is acutely aware of the dangers of being a logger. "Every load I drown 3 times," he would often say. He usually swims in 18 to 20 feet of water, which is nowhere near the logs buried deep in the mud. He sometimes encounters wild swamp animals, resulting in scars from snake and snapping turtle bites. But Shelby has always proven himself an equal opponent, retaliating against the offending animals. He even has teeth marks on his tongue from biting the heads of vicious snakes. He made the show enjoyable, and he's an unforgettable character. Fans who have watched all the episodes still can't get enough of Shelby. They confess to laughing at the way he acts, from firing his big gun to driving his water bug. They know he's not faking it. He also entertains fans with educational tips about trees and animals in the swamp. Many call him a survivalist and are amazed by how he ventures into dangerous areas to recover logs. "How much money you think I'd be?" he once asked. Probably about 10,000. "I'm gonna do you, ... you do that." In 2014, he was arrested for trespassing after cutting a cypress tree belonging to his neighbors. The tree had been state property since 1963, which provoked his neighbors to call the authorities. He spent a day in jail and was released, but was charged with felony theft. Shelby never spoke publicly about the incident, so fans believe he's been relieved of all charges. Have you ever wondered about Shelby's wife and family? The television personality found a partner who matched his energy and love for wild living. He married Donna Stanga in the early 2000s, and they have been inseparable ever since. Many fans admire Donna's patience with the sometimes daunting Shelby. They live a happy life in a comfortable house in Louisiana near Lake Pontchartrain with their 2 kids, who they prefer to keep out of the spotlight. Although Donna seems softer, she's taken on tasks and adventures that many would find challenging. She never hesitates to jump into boats and go camping with Shelby. "Oh, tastes nasty, man," he once said. "You gotta brush your teeth when you get sucking on." They made fans love the show. Some confess they could spend the rest of their lives watching Shelby. There must be something magnetic about him that makes fans glued to their screens when Axeman is streaming. For many, it's his authentic lifestyle. Other loggers who are fans of the show reported that Shelby keeps things honest and never uses scripts for his part of the show, which is why it's so natural and always makes fans laugh. They say he needs his own reality show because he was a joy to watch. Although a famous television star, he isn't accustomed to luxury and fame. Instead of a city mansion and a fancy car, he prefers to sleep in a sleeping bag and a hammock next to a boat launch on the Tangipahoa River. Despite his net worth, his most expensive item might be his iPhone. He enjoys fishing, hunting, and logging, and he lives a comfortable life with his family. "I'm happy as long as I have bullets and chew my lip," he once said. Many fans who miss the show are curious about updates on Shelby and Axeman, and they wonder if there will be any upcoming collaborations. While some find his job with its risks strange, others love him, admire his lifestyle, and say he's down to earth and one of the funniest men. "Don't you need more people like him in the world?" one fan asked. Is it possible to meet Shelby Stanga? It's been the question on the minds of many of his fans. Fans aren't just eager to rewatch classic episodes of Axeman. They're especially thrilled at any chance to catch a glimpse of Shelby Swampman Stanga in real life. With his wild energy, unforgettable quotes, and deep-rooted connection to the Louisiana Bayou, Shelby became a standout star on the show. Over the years, he amassed a net worth of around $2 million thanks to his time on television. But money was never what drove him. Even now, long after the cameras have stopped rolling, Shelby still ventures deep into the swamp, dragging out sunken logs like he did in the old days. Not for the fame, not for a paycheck, but because he genuinely loves the work. Logging isn't a job to him, it's a way of life, when he's not pulling logs from the murky waters. Shelby can be found chatting with locals or lending a helping hand around his community. He's never craved the spotlight, but he remains active on social media, sharing raw, authentic moments with fans who still follow his journey. Whether knee-deep in mud, fixing up his boat, or cracking jokes with a neighbor, Shelby's updates remind everyone that he's still the same down-to-earth swamp man we all came to admire. Since stepping away from the television limelight, Shelby has chosen a quieter, more meaningful life. There's no news of a new series or major comeback, but that doesn't matter to him. He's spending time where it matters most, on the water, in the woods, and with the people he loves. And for those who genuinely know Shelby, that story is worth watching. What do you think about Shelby Stanga? What do you think about his struggles on the show? Do you think he will feature in another reality show? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel.